Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure talking to you about gender-based violence, Indian perspective. At the outset, I would like to thank teacher Baishania from Philippines, who has given me this wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts and vision. Ladies and gentlemen, both women and men experience gender-based violence, but the majority of the victims are women and girls. A reality which all of us are aware of and which all of us do accept. The average man tends to be considerably stronger than the average woman, and this is what science says. Specifically, the absolute total body strength of women has been reported as being roughly 67% that of men. Remember the good old days when we were boys and girls and we could, when we had to run, we were not as fast as them. When we had to throw something, we were not as far away from them. These are some realities. Maybe that's how God wanted it, but some truth are here. There is no chance for the welfare of the world unless the condition of women is improved. It is not possible for a bird to fly on only one wing. So said Swami Vivekananda. Totally agree with him. For this life to move forward, for men and women to move forward, for family to move forward, for countries and societies to move forward, both men and women, they play a very important and vital role, and both of them should have that strength to move ahead. Violence against women and girls continues unabated in every continent, country, and culture. It takes a devastating toll of women's lives on their families and on society as a whole. Most societies prohibit such violence, yet the reality is that too often it is covered up or tacitly condoned. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon said it, the ex-UN General Secretary. And ladies and gentlemen, it is so true. We have to put it aside. So many times we put it under the carpet and overlook all the challenges woman faces in her life when she wants to live a very independent life. What can we do? The first and the foremost thing which we all need to do is to refuse this abuse. Say no to it. Stand up, speak up, and let everybody know that you're not for it. Maybe we can reduce an iota of abuse which is happening around the world in our vicinity and far and wide. Coming to the Indian perspective, place of women in Indian society. You know, in India, we consider women as the goddesses, and in Indian language, in Hindi, we call her Devi. Devi means the goddesses. She is the mother who brings life on earth. She is the sister who loves her brother and the mother and father. She's the wife. What wonderful role this woman has to play. And now what has been added is she is the bread earner of the family. She is not confined to the four walls of the house. She moves out, works, and supports the family when it comes to economics also. She is the compassionate member of the society. Women are always considered to be better administrator because along with their head, they put their heart also into that administration. She's basically more compassionate than men. The woman is celebrated as the most powerful and empowering force in Indian religious practices. Let's see how that is. We have so many gods and goddesses in our country. We have goddesses Saraswati. She is the goddesses of music and learning. So before you pick up your music instrument, say your guitar or your piano or anything, first you pay your reverence to Mother Saraswati by folding your hands. Goddesses Lakshmi, she is known as the goddesses of wealth and prosperity. We have this festival Diwali, the festival of life, when we actually, festival of light, beg your pardon there, where we actually worship Goddesses Lakshmi for wealth and prosperity. We worship the divine feminine energy of Shakti in Durga, Kali, and Parvati. So women is all energy, woman is empowerment, woman is strength, and for that we worship three goddesses, that's Durga, Kali, and Parvati. Coming to our very own India, symbol of Indian nationalism is Bharat Ma. So just as we have Mother Earth, we call it Mother India also, and Mother India in our language is known as Bharat Mata. That is how we revere women. Women in India are emerging in all sectors, including politics, business, medicine, sports, and agriculture. Gone are the days when they were in their houses, never looked out of the window, just limited to the family inside the home. But today, she's leading. She's a CEO of a company. She's a CEO of an organization, and she's leading men and women together as she moves ahead in her life. Let me take you and introduce you to the 10 most inspiring women, role models of empowerment in our country. They could fight violence. They could find a place for themselves in Indian society, and so they are the role models. Coming to Mother Teresa, she's a nun who became a saint, the only nun, I believe, and she was given a Nobel Peace Prize. Indira Gandhi, she is the third Prime Minister of Free India, and she was the daughter of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. Kalpana Chawla is the only Indian American woman who went to space, as such, the only Indian woman, as we take it like that. Indira Nooyi, she was the CEO of Pepsi Cola, I believe, the soft drink and the snack company. Aishwarya Rai, the beauty queen, and she won Miss World 1994 pageant. Moving on to another beauty queen, Priyanka Chopra. She won the 2000 beauty pageant, and she is both of them actress right now. And Priyanka Chopra is acting in so many Hollywood films apart from Bollywood films, and she's the highest paid Indian actress. Ela Bhatt, she initiated SEWA, which stands for self-employment for women as such. And then Mary Kom, who doesn't know her, she's the first Indian to win the boxing gold, Asian gold as such. And how can we talk about violence if we don't discuss about sustainable development goals? 17 of them, a promise by 193 world leaders that they are going to work together for these 17 goals so that we can have a sustainable world. Goals are very simple: no poverty, zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality is where I emphasize upon goal number 5, and I also emphasize upon goal number 10, reduce inequalities. Of course, the climate, the life on land and life below water, and peace, justice, and strong institution, and of course partnership for goals, and all other goals are equally important. But what, ladies and gentlemen, actually stands out is goal number 5, and that is gender equality and women's empowerment as a stand-alone goal, goal 5, and cross-cutting priority across all SDGs. You know, if you want no violence, let every girl be educated. Let us focus on SDG 4, quality education. The moment a girl is educated or a boy is educated for that reason, they know what is right and wrong for them. They stand up for the family. They earn, they get better jobs because they're highly qualified now. They earn and they can add some income, some money to the family. And when they women add money to the family, obviously everybody keeps good health because now they're eating better food, richer food, and then there's no poverty. And as such, all these goals are interconnected. We say goal number 4 is the mother goal, but then goal number 5, that is, gender equality, becomes very important, because without gender equality, we have half the world, 50% men and 50% women. If they work together, it's working for the complete earth, for the complete planet. Now, coming to gender-based violence once again, it's important to be compassionate towards others. If we are not compassionate, how are we going to fight violence? The love which is there in your heart, uh, the charity which is there, which brings equality amongst the members of the society, the compassion which is required, be it in terms of helping, lending a helping hand, be it in terms of supporting women in other communities, the vulnerable members of the society anywhere. If you are compassionate, if you have love in yourself, if you have empathy for others, I think we can do away with the violence. That's how the entire world should rise up and fight this violence, which is so prevalent in the society today, in every country, be it be rich, be it be poor, be it be developing country, be it be developed country. Violence is there, which we need to accept. But together we are stronger, and I'm so sure we can fight this violence. We need to develop compassion for ourselves too. If we are compassionate with ourselves, we understand what is compassion when it comes for others. In order to develop and promote peace amongst the society and development again amongst the society, we need to develop compassion in ourselves. Only if we care for the poor and the needy, for the have-nots in the society, if we can develop compassion for them, I'm so sure this violence would no longer be seen anywhere around the world. And that's, I believe, the only, the mantra, as we call it, to end violence, if we are compassionate towards others and towards ourselves. And now, a well-known saying goes, catch them young. What do we do in our school? As the head teacher of a school, as the principal, the sole responsibility to stop this violence and play a small role with your important members of your teaching fraternity is to make the children understand what violence is, how bad it can be for the development and growth of the society, and what we need to do when it comes to violence. It's advocacy, it's awareness, it is knowledge how harmful it is, and that's what we do in this school, which is situated in a village and caters to children from 65 villages as such. We care for our children, and we want to fight and stop gender violence, and so we have taken this step. We make sure that children, everybody, there's mass participation in sports. Sports, they say, can develop team spirit. Sports, they say, can develop understanding. Sports, they say, can develop compassion for your team members and for the team out there. And so we emphasize a lot on sports, and we have plenty of inter-house, intra-class matches which go on regularly in our school. This is my grade 12, and they are those young boys 17 and 18 years old, and they are up to those calisthenic exercises which we feel are very, very important. Sports is fitness. Yoga is an Indian tradition of keeping the mind and the body fit. And we go for yoga in a big way. So here is it. And it's all about SDG 3, good health and well-being. And you can see this is when we celebrated our sports day. Not to be left behind, the girls and boys, they are part of the NCC division as such, so that they get equal opportunity, and they're trained to save their country and build their own character when they take up NCC. Self-defense when it comes to girls. We had this karate sessions and karate classes, especially for girls, so that they are trained to stand up for themselves, to fight for themselves, to be physically fit, and to be mentally strong when they're physically fit. Gender Literacy Club is an important step which we have taken in our school. We went for this awareness campaign. We went to villages to tell them that the mother has no specific role when it comes to delivering a boy or a girl child. Coming to India, there are so many taboos and so many dogmas which are related to delivering a girl child and not having a male child. It is a reality, though with education we all have come out from this thought as such. Science says mother is not responsible for the sex of the child is what we went to deliver out to all those villagers in the neighborhood villages by doing some street play. And this was an initiative which was started by the government of India, and it was in collaboration with Pushpa Gujral Science City, and we were part of the team. And children were so happy and proud to make the grown-up people, the men, women, the mothers and the fathers understand that this has nothing to do with violence at home, which is because the woman has delivered a girl child. Some pictures which I'm taking you across. All my girls are dressed up. My girls and boys team are dressed up in those black attire, and you can see the ladies of the villages who were so happy to interact with this, and they were so happy to learn that the young boys and girls, the present day students, are aware and that they would not have injustice in their houses when they are, running families. Gender 5, SDG 5, gender equality poster making was another important step which we took when it came to gender sensitivity. Equal opportunities, rights everywhere were some of the topics. Technology for girls, women empowerment, discrimination against girl and women, violence against girl and women, and Planet 50/50 by 2030 is a slogan of the United Nations organization when they say we need to achieve all these 17 goals by 2030, and the planet should be 50/50, equally ruled by men and women, equal power, irrespective of caste, color, creed. As lovely posters by young boys and girls, and here it is, some more posters so that you can have a look that we went for face painting, we went for hand painting, we went for everything when it came to this. Planet 50/50 is another poster which you can see. Love these, because here a child is being trained to find gender violence which is prevailing in the society. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being such patient listeners. Let's together rise up, stand up and speak up for the planet to be 50/50 and step it up for gender equality. Thank you.